And so we play Malygos. However, we're in danger of drawing the candles. Candle number 2. Candle number 3. And the opponent gets the darkness. What a beautiful entrance for that card. However, we've got 2 big taunts on the board, and we can play a 3rd taunt if needed. The aim really is to maintain enough of a board presence such that next turn we have some minions left and we can go face, do some damage, combine that minion damage with Malygos, swipe, and ultimate infestation, and hopefully that should be game winning. And if we have minions still left on board, of course, we do have branching paths to buff the attack power on board. So that's a little bit of extra damage. Can our opponent break our board down? That's the question here. Oh wow, Plague of Murlocs, I guess is an answer, but they lose the darkness. And they give me a Murkai. That's 7 damage that could go face. Unless they could do something about it. So if they can't clear this board, that's 11 damage on board, plus the Malygos, plus the swipe, the UI. We've just drawn a 2nd ultimate infestation. Here we go. And we didn't even need the 2nd UI. Wow. Yes, that is incredible. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what deck am I playing today? I am playing SinisterMe's Malygos Druid. Now, before we get into the deck, let's just take a moment to appreciate the music that is playing in the background. So this is the music for the city of Dalaran. This is from World of Warcraft. And why is that relevant? Well, Dalaran was based in Northrend for some time. And Northrend was actually the home of Malygos for a significant amount of time. So yes, the music is relevant to the deck that we're playing. But let's look at some tips for playing the deck. Firstly, traditional Malygos spell druid has some limitations. Where you just rely on your spells and the Malygos combo to win the game. If your opponent dirty rats your Malygos or finds a way to disrupt your spells, you could struggle to win. So by playing taunts in this deck, the taunts give us a bit of additional firepower to try and win the game. They also can stall things out for us whilst we find the right time to play our spells and our Malygos. So for example, if you play Celestial Alignment and then your opponent plays Loatheb, you could then be blocked out from playing your spells or your Malygos. Well, you counter that for a couple of turns if needed with taunts. And then you've bought enough time to be able to play your Malygos and your spells a bit later on and win the game. And let's not forget, if your opponent plays Dirty Rat, the big taunts in this deck can be a counter to that. Especially if they play the rat early and a big taunt comes down on your side of the board early, it can just be game winning for you. Okay, a few more tips. In the Mulligan, you should look for Celestial Alignment. And if you're facing aggro, you should keep armor gaining spells. Because against aggro, it is all about survival in the early to mid game. You survive long enough until you can play Celestial Alignment, and then once you've played Celestial Alignment, you've got a choice of things that you can do. You can either put down some big taunts, or you could start to play Malygos and a combination of spells. But you have to survive until that point. So against aggro, armor gain is absolutely key. You also have Spreading Plague too. That can be a big help. You should consider saving the ramp spells in this deck until after you have played Celestial Alignment. So you'd play Celestial Alignment, play your ramp, so you've got Biology Project and Nourish, for example. That increases your available mana. You've then got enough mana to be able to play Malygos and a combination of your spells. Now, in terms of the spells that you've got Swipe, double Swipe to be precise, and double Ultimate Infestation. That's an awful lot of damage. And a final set of tips. SinisterMe's Mage. Yes, everyone loves SinisterMe's Mage. It's all over the Wild Ladder. It's a tough matchup. You really need to be able to gain lots of armor early on in order to survive. Otherwise, they will just burst you down by the mid-game. Okay, well before you've got an opportunity to pull off a Malygos combo, or maybe even before you've had an opportunity to put any significant taunts down on the board. The next tip is to think very carefully about when you cast Biology Project or your other ramp. You may be tempted to cast it early in the game, and there may be situations where that is warranted. However, it is generally better to save Biology Project, to save Nourish, to save your ramp until after Celestial Alignment. Okay? Because at that point, that's when you can play your Malygos and your combination of spells, or a combination of cheap taunt minions. Cheap taunt minions that have huge stats, because they only cost 1. Okay, after Celestial Alignment, minions cost 1, so do remember that Oaken Summons can bring out a Scrapyard Colossus, or a Fizzy Elemental, and those both have massive stats. Okay, so that's a big deal. Okay, let's have a look at the deck in action then. This is a Warlock, so we're not going to keep any of this. Now keep in mind, I am by no means an expert at playing this deck, but I can absolutely say this is one of the most fun decks that I've played all year in Hearthstone. So a massive thank you to the deck author, SinisterMe's, for coming up with this deck. Oh, we're being welcomed to Oblivion. Oh dear. Very aggressive. Okay, we're waiting for turn 4, because we have Oaken Summons. And we'll see if our Oaken Summons is a lucky Oaken Summons, and we'll see if our Vargoth comes out. Okay, nothing to do here. Now, you need to keep in mind, this deck does not run Poison Seeds. So, neutralising a massive board of minions from your opponent's side, or big threats specifically, is not really possible early on. Ooh, Vargoth. Behold into a big taunt. You love to see it. Yeah, so without Poison Seeds, you do really have to rely on, I guess, your armor gain early to help you survive. And then you need to rely on drawing into Celestial Alignment, because that's when your big power plays can come. That's where you can play your Malygos and your spells, or a selection of big taunt minions cheaply for 1. Wow, look at the investment here from the opponent. And we're going to get double Ferocious Howl. Absolutely beautiful. Behold! Okay. So, what are we waiting for here? We are waiting for Celestial Alignment. Although this Vargoth that is sitting on the board here could just be enough to help us win the game. What about Swipe to the face next turn? With Vargoth on board, and then the face gets swiped second time. Would that work? Oh wait, the opponent is lowering their health total. So 2 questions here. Question 1, can they kill Vargoth? Question 2, can we just kill them with Swipe to the face, Vargoth to the face, and Hero Power? Oh god, they're reducing their health total even more. Stop doing it. Stop reducing your health total. You are about to die. Oh dear. Maybe they just think I'm a Jade Druid. And typically Jade Druid doesn't run swipe. So maybe they think they have time. Oh, they are killing Vargoth. Okay, goodbye Vargoth. You did your job. And you did it well. And that's just lethal. Just to a swipe. With 28 armor to spare. And apparently we're arrogant. Opponent clearly not happy. Okay, time for a shaman.
Nature seeks balance in all things.
I really like this Druid hero that we've got. I like the emotes on it. Okay. Let's see what our opponent has got. And let's see if we can get to Celestial Alignment sometime soon. Oh, ask and you shall receive. There it is. So I guess there's a question to be asked here. I said at the start of the video, save your ramp for after Celestial Alignment. So you can gain mana and then play your taunts or play your spells and your Malygos. What about playing your ramp in order to get to Celestial Alignment a bit sooner? I mean, that limits what you can do after Celestial Alignment then with your mana, because you've got less ramp to play with, but it's just something to consider. And maybe the deck author, if he's watching this, maybe he can weigh in on that question. We have Innovate, though. So, what is that? A turn 6 Celestial Alignment?
Nature waits for no one but me.
Meanwhile, is this a Shadowwalk Shaman? Is that what we're facing here? I like the card draw here. Typically, you know, if I was a Jade Druid, I'd be hitting armor gain, right? I like my armor as Jade Druid. But here... Oh, God! Oh, that's good. That's really, really good. But here, the card draw is good. Oh, wow! That's even better, I think. I like that. I really like that. Yeah, here card draw is good for us. Because we are going to play that Celestial Alignment soon. So, yeah, having as big of a choice of cards in hand as possible is good for after we play that Celestial Alignment. And here is Celestial Alignment. Okay. Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Vargoth and Ultimate Infestation. Or maybe that's overkill. No, yes, that would be a ridiculous overkill.
This is not what we stood for.
We could just UI next turn. And just draw a ton of cards. Oh, we could Colossus.
The time is now.
No, this is just good. We are going to overdraw though, potentially. Okay, we've drawn the Malygos. That's the key thing that matters. Oh dear. Maybe it was not a good thing then that we drew the Malygos, and goodbye Malygos. Ah, Stormwind Champion. And Ronin. Huh. Well, Vargoth and Branching Paths, they're going to pull, hopefully, 2 big minions here. That'll do.
Behold!
Let's see what else gets pulled. Oh, that'll do too. So this is a perfect illustration of the fact that you do not need Malygos and spells to win the game with this deck. After Celestial Alignment, Vargoth and Oaken Summons could just pull big taunts onto the board and you win that way. How long can this go on, says the Chain Gang? Well, not very long. Because this should just be lethal. Oh, and Ronin says behold when he attacks. Oh, I love it. Vargoth and Ronin on board, both saying behold. Beautiful. Okay, joining this game in progress against the Secrets Mage. Now, Secrets Mage is a really tough matchup. And with the potential for counterspell, you've got to be concerned. Behold! Because counterspell can really wreck you, particularly when you're trying to play Celestial Alignment. So you need to time things carefully. Try and sacrifice another spell before your alignment. I'm joined by a good friend of mine there, Waste, who does spectate some of my games, gives me really good advice, really good feedback. I made an early mistake in this game at the very beginning. I should have attacked face with my hero power, and I didn't. And their rigged fair game procced. Instead, I focused my hero power on killing a lackey, a 2-1 lackey. And that was a big mistake, because it just gave them so much more ammunition, and look, done it again. Rigged fair game again. So many more resources in hand. This is really bad for us. Okay. So, what gambles do we take here? Well, we've seen 2 counterspells actually, so I don't know why my deck tracker is showing counterspell as possibly active. Yeah, we've seen 2 counterspells, so we should be okay. Explosive Runes is expected. And UI is a massive, massive hand refill. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And from this point on, with this level of armor, we should win the game, right? We should win the game. Now, I've been using my spells defensively.
We have many secrets.
I've used swipes defensively, I've used UI for card draw and defensive plays. So the game-winning plays now with this deck, I think, are going to be based around big minions. We still have double Scrapyard Colossus in the deck. It's worth noting. And at this point, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing stuff. Because I can. Oh look, second Explosive Runes gets absorbed. Oh look, Ultimate Infestation again. Actually pull Malygos from Oaken Summons. Unbelievable. I didn't realise that, and I've misordered terribly, but do you know what? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. What a mess the ending of this game was. In terms of ordering, in terms of my plays, in terms of my thought process. Doesn't matter. We still win. I've got 27 armor. I have branching pods. I have ferocious health and more armor gain if needed. There's no way they win this. Okay, show off with your fireball. Oh, and you got a second fireball. Okay. Wow, what a victory. What a satisfying win. Okay, so we're joining another game here against a rogue. Now, on the Wild Mode ladder, what is the most popular deck type? I was going to say Kingsbane Rogue. It says rogue builds that are popular. But that's a Murloc that just got played. So, what is this? Is this Mill Rogue? Is that what we're facing here? I was partially tempted to use Swipe defensively there, just to take 3 damage off the board, but I don't think it's worthwhile. Do I really want to kill off that Murloc? I don't think so, right? Or I could do it this turn. I could swipe it this turn and then Hero Power the Mistress. Or maybe we just wait? Maybe we just wait, because we have Celestial Alignment next turn. That's going to be a big deal. Okay. Slow plays from the opponent. I guess that's a good thing.
I cannot.
Alright, here we go. Celestial Alignment. And we're setting ourselves up now for potentially a Scrapyard Colossus turn.
Side effects? No.
I also got Ultimate Infestation for card draw. Although we would overdraw, right? Yeah. So just playing a big taunt, put it in the way, see what happens. Okay.
My hand is
Oh
full.
gosh, they just burnt their Oracle. What a shame. What a shame. So, the rogue here doesn't seem to be doing too great in terms of their resource management. Germination I absolutely love in this deck. There's only one copy of it, but I think that's all you need. Because look at what that's done to our board. It's just made our board that much more threatening. What we're really worried about here is something like Vanish, returning all the minions to hand. But maybe they don't have it. Maybe they don't have it.
I want you, and you, and you.
Oh, it may be too late for all of those shenanigans.
Smart moves. I concede.
Right, let's look at one final game. It's against a mage. So we've already proven that we can beat a Secrets Mage. The question is, will this be another Secrets Mage, or will it be something a little bit more interesting? Or would you play Biology Project here just to get closer to Oaken Summons? I'm gonna do it because it means I can play Oaken Summons next turn. I think that's a big deal. I think the only thing that we get punished by is Counterspell if they play it now on 3. If it's Secrets Mage. No, it's, oh god, it's, what, Mozaki Mage? Flamewaker Mage? Oh, that's not a Vargoth. That really needed to be a Vargoth, because I'd really want the extra armor gain. Damn. Okay, we can get the Vargoth this turn though. Second Oaken Summons. Behold! Into nothing, except armor. But that's fine. Although, if this is Mozaki Mage, we could just be dead, right? They can kill you on what, turn 5? Turn 6? Turn 7? Somewhere around there? They could just still kill you, even with armor. Behold! Into another taunt. So what am I trying to do here? I'm just trying to create as much pressure on the board as I can. And if we're not dead this turn to some kind of shenanigans, then next turn Celestial Alignment could bail us out, right? Because everything costs 1, but there is, of course, the reduction in available mana. So, that could be a game-winning strategy, maybe. Okay, so here we go. Celestial Alignment to save the day. Okay, behold. Behold into victory. What are they going to do here? 1 mana available. What can they do? Still 1 mana available? Wait, did they think the coin still cost 0 and was going to give them access to 2 mana? Then, I don't know. Is that it? And we win! Wow! Okay, so the lesson learnt there is that Celestial Alignment can be a counter to Mage. Fantastic! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, SinisterMe's Malygos Druid with taunts. What a fun deck. A tremendous off-meta deck. 8,180 dust. It needs a bit of practice to play. Some of my plays clearly were a bit ropey in that video, as you saw. But the end result was never in doubt. I've got over a 60% win rate with this deck. I say over a 60% win rate because it's 60% on my PC, but I've also played a few games on my tablet and my phone, and I've won all of those games with this deck, so it's definitely well over a 60% win rate on a small sample size of games. And it feels about right for an off-meta deck, but a really solid off-meta deck. So if you're interested in giving this deck a try, if you've already got the dust, then give it a try. Then tell me what you think by leaving a comment in the comments section below. If you've got any questions about how to play the deck, you could always leave them in the comments section, and I'll ask SinisterMe if he would be so gracious enough to respond to your questions and your comments. Alternatively, you can find this deck on Hearthstone, and I will put the link to the deck in the video description below, so you can always reach out to SinisterMe through Hearthstone if needed. So, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you've really enjoyed this video. I had so much fun playing these games. So I'll see you all again very soon for more Wild Mode fun. And until next time, please stay safe, please look after yourselves, and as always, please be good to one another.